Hello and welcome to a new episode of Score Sheet. Well, today it's going to start with the celebrations. Today all Egyptians are celebrating. Well, I did not expect that this is going to happen. Okay, after clinching the third position and with a bronze medal in the World Championship under 21 with the handball, okay, great. The under 19, are they going also to clinch a medal? Is it going to be another medal for Egypt? I didn't even imagine that we are going to compete on the gold. And guess what? To deal with whom? With Portugal, with Germany, with the Eastern European countries who are that distinguished and maybe more than excellent in handball. But guess what? The young Pharaohs did it, and they are going to turn back from Macedonia with the World Cup. Congratulations to all of them, and in specific to Hussein Zaki and to Hamad Al-Roubi. Those Egyptians who were behind the camera and in front of the camera, behind the curtain and doing their best. Well, let's focus on this and speak more with one of them, one of those handballers who were also representing Egypt. We are very much delighted to have with us Youssef Ashraf, one of the handball, the Egyptian team, the national team of handball players. Youssef, hello.
Hello.
Youssef, congratulations first. I am thrilled with joy. And as I'm saying, I did not expect that this is going to happen this way and to happen with this margin. I mean, we were that much comfortable. We were that much having, I'm not going to say that the competition was easy, but having the gap in many of the sets with 5 to 6 goals, and in front of whom? Of names like those I mentioned, the heavyweight names in the world of handball like Portugal and Germany, especially in the semi-final and the final. This was surprising for me. Tell me about your analysis or your vision.
First of all, congratulations to everyone.
Yeah.
For the Egyptian handball family, to the young team who made us all proud, to the technical team, Magdi Abu Magd, Hussein Zaki, Hamad Al-Roubi, Dr. Amriuri, the other, like the analyst Muhammad Imam,
and above all, the head of the International Union, Dr. Hassan Mustafa.
Of course, everyone. And it's such a pleasure and such a pride to be a part of this handball family that always brings joy and pride to the Egyptian people. And showing how, and the way they did it makes it even more worth it and makes it even more prideful because they showed that not only were they better, they also had the character to show it, and they had the mentality and the preparation, and they showed the whole world that the organization is working properly and it's not a fluke of luck in any way.
As far as I know, Youssef, there are 3 players who are participating in the under-21 teams participating in this one too. 4.
Yes.
I thought that this was very much exhausting, but they all did great.
Of course, yes, of course. But these 4 have had that experience of playing 2 World Cups in the span of 1 month and winning 2 medals. It's something that they will never forget, and definitely we as a handball family, we will never forget. And each and every member of the whole organization did their part and worked very, very hard for this achievement. And being the team sports that always done that to the Egyptian people it's such a pride thing, and it's always important to know that this is what we are expecting, and because we as a handball community, we set very high expectations for ourselves, very high standards to keep up to, and we've had them since the 90s.
Amen to that. Youssef, is Abdurrahman Taha different from Abdurrahman Hamid? There are two different goalkeepers with first names. Well,
Abdurrahman Taha, Abdurrahman Hamid.
Humaid. Okay, thank you for correcting me. I don't know how to pronounce his name well. But Ahmed Hisham Al-Sayed was chosen as the best player of this tournament. Also, Hassan Walid was the best, is considered and now the best scorer with 51 goals. Congratulations to all of them, and we hope that they are going to continue the same way.
Yes, this is what we've been expecting. This team has shown that, and many of these players have played on the highest level in Egyptian with senior team while they were very, very young. Yeah. So this gives them more experience and more mentality to be able to compete with such big names. And honestly, from the first day, it was very clear how dominant this team was and how far away it was in terms of skill and preparation it was from all the other teams.
Yusuf Ashraf, thank you very much for your input and congratulations once again. Well, and just after clinching the title, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi was keen to send his congratulations to our national team of handball who were participating in the Under-19 World Cup Championship taking place in Macedonia. Before I leave you with a break, I'd like to say those names, remember those names, they really deserve to be mentioned. Abdurrahman Humaid, Mu'min Hussam, Mazen Rida, Ibrahim Al-Sayed, Omar Atiyah, Muhab Saeed, Saif Hani, Hassan Qaddah, Ziyad Abdel Al, Muhammad Samir, Yusuf Alauddin, Yusuf Ahmed Hassan, Abdel Fattah Ali, Ahmed Hisham Al-Sayed, Omar Lutfi, Yasser Saif, in addition to Hamada Rubi, Hussein Zaki, and the rest of the coaching staff. Guys, you really did great. Congratulations. Before I go, I'd like also to mention the judo players. The Egyptians are doing great till the moment in Morocco, in the African Games. Until the moment, Egypt is on top of the medals ranking with 4 gold medals. Last but not least, it was Ramadan Darwish, my favorite, the 100-kilogram category. Congratulations, that was great, and we are going to continue the same way with more victories. But now we are going to have a short break, and we are going to return back with my dear guests live here in the studio with other surprises. Stay tuned only on Nile TV International.
هنا صدق حلمي وبدأ قالوا عني زمان موهوم بيضيع وقت لا يوم سلم ولا استسلم ووقعت وقمت وامبارح غير دلوقت هنا قلبي من جوه ده اللي بيديني القوة في طريقي مشيت واديني ثبت
لن ننجح إلا بكم.
من هنا قررت بعد ما فكرت امشي عالصعب وعرفت انا لما كبرت ان اللي تفكر في ازمه كان خوفك منه ملوش لازمه واديك عالصعب قدرت واللي زمان ضحكوا عليك شوفهم دلوقتي بيداروا كسوفهم وهو رهنوا عليك صاروا كسبت انا ابن مصر انا ضد الكسر انا رافع راسي تملي لفوق طول العمر انا ابن مصر قلبي نسر ما اقدرش اعيش ابدا يوم غير وانا حر شفت يا زمان ومواقف ملهاش عد بس الصدمات بتقوي ومش بتهد شفت يا زمان ومواقف ملهاش عد بس الصدمات بتقوي ومش بتهد انا عندي ثقة بالنفس ومناعة ضد اليأس انا ابن مصر انا ضد الكسر انا رافع راسي تملي لفوق طول العمر انا ابن مصر انا ابن مصر قلبي نسر ما اقدرش اعيش ابدا يوم غير وانا حر انا ابن مصر انا ضد الكاس انا رافع.
Welcome back to the world of giants. My favorite is LeBron James. I don't know who is the favorite of my dear guests. I'm going to speak about basketball this time. And here I am with 2 of the same family. And I was asking them even before being on air, is it genetic or something? because the family are basketballers. Well, let's go into the details directly. I'm very much delighted and honored to have with me live here in the studio Captain Walid Abu Sria and Karim Walid Abu Sria. Captain Walid, you are such an international coach, and you are involved into the world of basketball long ago. Karim, you're only 17 or about 17,
Yes.
but you became one of those who are representing Egypt in national teams, true?
Yes.
Let's start from scratch. If you permit me, Mr. Walid.
Sure.
Karim, as we were also speaking before being on air, you said that the start was not in basketball.
Yes.
How you have this turning point from being a footballer or anything else to basketballer?
I only want to play football
Now I want
first.
you to raise your voice. Forget all about the camera, we're just having a chat.
First, I want to play football.
Yeah.
I was in love with it. My father, Baba, say to me to try basketball. So I say, why not? So I tried basketball.
Because of Walid Abu Sria or because of Hisham Abu Sria?
Both.
Okay.
So I love it, basketball. Now basketball is my life. I can't
Think about
yes.
another game.
No.
When you were involved into the matter in a more serious way, I mean, to be in the national team, to represent Egypt in serious or in international competition, this is another story.
When I loved basketball, it started with a dream. I start to look over the world. Why not to become from the international players that representing Egypt? So why not?
Who
So
was
it's,
your role model?
in Egypt or
Egypt first.
Yusuf Shur?
And? Now give me some names.
Ibrahim Al-Gammal.
Ahmed Ismail.
Ahmed Ismail. He's very big now. He's very old.
Yeah. But
So
I don't
now-
know why he is still
You mean
playing.
Ahmed Ismail or Ismail Ahmed?
Sorry, Ismail Ahmed.
Ismail Ahmed.
Ismail
because
Ahmed.
he didn't maybe attend this time for
Okay.
Ismail Ahmed.
But I
while
mean,
he was
Ismail
playing.
Ahmed is still playing?
Yes, he's still playing in
He's
Lebanon.
over 40?
Yes.
Or 40 plus?
Yes,
Because
40
for
plus.
me, this is a phenomenon.
He's-
Yes.
If you want to speak more about this.
Yes, Ismail Ahmed, he's a good man.
He's
a
in
good
Lebanon,
player. Yes,
as
he's
far
in
as I
Lebanon
know.
because his wife also from Lebanon. So he played there in Lebanon most of his life.
Yeah.
All his career was only in Shubban Muslimin in the beginning, I think, and then Al-Ittihad al-Secondary in Egypt. Then he was professional.
My favorite.
Yes, sure. Ittihad al-Secondary, from the leaders in basketball in Egypt. With Zamalek, with now Gezira, with Ahli, Sporting in the last period
Talaa
of time.
Al-Jaish.
Okay, Talaa Al-Jaish, he didn't now don't have any championship, but it's okay. He's a good compete, but he's from the 6 or the 7
But when
clubs.
Ihab, I mean, is going to go to Al Ahli from?
Sporting.
Oh, Sporting.
Sporting.
I'm sorry, Talaa Al-Jaish, it had this mix
Yes, no problem.
between
Ayman
Talaa Al-Jaish in basketball and in volleyball.
Yes.
In volleyball, it was
Volleyball,
such
yes.
another story with
Yes,
the Captain
yes, I
Chief
know.
Shireli.
Yes, I know.
And I had the honor
I
to
know.
have him speak about that. But let's go to basketball and to you.
Yes.
And let's start as we started with Karim. How did it start?
Me.
Yeah.
I started also like Karim, but maybe he don't know the story because I was playing football
Yeah.
in Masr Petrol Club.
Okay.
Is a small club in El Kubba where I live. Then after that I was injured in one game, so we
Okay.
played against Ahli. So when I was young, I was like to see what is this Ahli club. I was like 15 years old, like more younger than Karim. So why to see this club who is famous like Zamalek and Ahli. So took around and in the court. So my basketball coach saw me, called me, please come. You are a taller man.
Yeah.
Why you are here?
Yeah.
I'm playing football and I come to see the club. No, please come to play basketball. But I was supporting Zamalek.
Yeah.
So I forgot the idea.
Yeah.
Then the second week, the basketball coach in Masr Petrol saw me.
Yeah.
So he called me, you have to play basketball.
Yeah.
Forget about the football. So maybe it was in the beginning the serious idea. Then I tried to play with them after 1 week.
Yeah.
They were playing in final against Ahli, Zamalek, blah, 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 something like that.
Yeah.
So the coach of Zamalek sent me one player
Oh, wow.
One player,
Okay.
younger, the same age like me.
Yeah.
Walid, please, do you like to come to the Zamalek Sporting Club? So it was my favorite. So
So
I
it was a
support
dream
the
came
idea.
true.
Yes,
Yeah.
I supported the idea, and then went to Zamalek directly, played there. Then withdrew. But after that, Hisham, they asked me if Hisham is taller like you. I told them no. Please call him to come.
Yeah.
So he played the first year in Masr Petrol as well, and then
And
after the transfer
Okay.
to Zamalek,
Yeah.
then we started in Zamalek. After
which
that,
generation?
generation in
I mean, what generation? Generation of the big names, all the old Egyptians like we know of Warda, Abu Khair, of
Yes, sure,
Salawa,
sure.
of Samir Gouda came just.
Samir Gouda.
Oh.
Hisham played with Samir Gouda.
With Samir.
He's the same age like
Samir Gouda was a giant. I mean, 2.17, I think.
Yes, bravo,
Yeah.
bravo. 217, yes.
217.
Yes, exactly.
And because of this, he was, I mean, no. By that time, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Kareem, the positions or the rules were different than now. I mean, now there is no Bivid and cutters in right or left and stuff like that. This was the case before, long ago, maybe 30 years ago or something. But today the case is totally different. The transition among the positions. Why you're laughing?
Are you a coach?
Okay.
No, but this is really the modern games.
Yeah,
But now, even in Egypt,
This is
not
what I
like
wanted
this.
to tackle.
Exactly.
Are we coping with the modern techniques, the modern games? Because, you know, sir, coaching and teaching, it's a study.
Yes.
It's research,
Exactly.
licenses.
Yes. Talent and study.
Talent and study.
Yes.
I'd like to know this from both of you. Was it more enjoyable? Now is it more enjoyable?
Yes, sure.
Let me know.
Sure.
Now it's beautiful. So now we can learn another way to basketball. Now pivot can shoot.
Yeah.
You know, old way pivot only
Dunk.
under basket. Now cutters and point guards can dunking.
I was a right cutter. So, okay.
Yes, I am a cutter. But
Wow.
yes.
Great.
Yes. So everyone in the court do everything. That's the modern way of basketball. And the old way only.
What I wanted to know, you know, by the way, we're watching some of the footages of our national team. You know, you are lucky that you have the YouTube and you can just manage just like that. You can watch everything, whether of the old fashioned or the new one, old schools and new schools, the schools of the NBA of America and of the universities in America, and the Euro schools. Because, for example, my favorite in Europe is Barcelona, and in NBA I am just a LeBron James
Yes.
person, and that's it. He's a little bit
Steve
scary,
Curry.
but it's okay.
Michael Jordan is better.
A little bit older. I mean now. Let
now.
me know your favorite and why.
My favorite is Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's Greece. He do everything in the court.
Yeah.
He can shoot and penetrate. He can do anything defense. Yeah, no one can stop him now. Also, LeBron James can stop him.
His fast breaks. I just sit like that, and was that true? I mean, am I watching right what he's doing? I mean, I want sometimes to feel his muscles and to know how the hell he's doing so, but this is great. Sir, tell me
Yeah,
your
this is-
answer or your evaluation of what I've said.
Yeah, my evaluation that now is different or modern
Yeah.
because it's different in physical fitness, in skills,
And mental
everything,
fitness.
and mental fitness. So now they are focusing about every point in a player for basketball. This was not happened before,
Yeah.
even for the rules. Like you said, that was dunk from the centers,
Yeah.
only position 4 and 5. But now, as Kareem said, 1, 2, 3 can dunk. In our generations, we were not dunking easy.
Sure.
But now he's under 16 and he make dunk easy. So this is the difference between me and him, between the different generation, between me and him. So this is, I believe that this is when it changed the basketball. For
I
this
like your
usually,
photos jumping, by the way. You were
you.
a Ronaldo jumper.
Thank you.
I swear. I mean, I noticed it, and when you told me before being on air that's your favorite is Ronaldo, I knew why now. Okay. So,
for this usually the basket, even the change for the rules.
yeah.
Even the change for the when the ball touch the ring or something, for this because the physical business be more high than
What we
before.
call in Arabic دقن الحلقة. It's the bird of the circle. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. The difference between generation, but the difference between the rules before and now.
Why, sir, I'm asking these questions? Because sometimes we are speaking about basketball as we did have golden generations and that's it. Now the case is not the same. And I do not find an explanation or a justification. Why? Despite the fact that recently, for example, our girls qualified to the World Cup.
In our girls, to under 16.
Under 16.
Yes, and the men also. And the men also.
I mean,
Under 16.
girls, we didn't know much about them, and I mean, surprisingly, they did it.
Actually,
You did it, and you did it. It was not an easy way, of course, and it was such a tough competition. You name it. Why this is happening for the not underage, for the under 16, and it did not follow suit with the others.
yes.
For me, this is a riddle or something which I cannot understand.
Okay, but now I want to explain something that the girls, this is not the first time for them to arrive, to reach the World Cup.
But they do nothing there.
I know. And
Yeah.
even the boys,
Yeah.
they do nothing there. This is, we have to change the mentality, our tradition, our philosophy. Not only like they say here, التمثيل المشرف. This is not, this we have
Just to represent our country in
We
an
have to
honorable
change-
way, and that's it. No, this is not the case.
Exactly. That we have to change the goal from that. That okay, we arrived to the World Cup. It's good, but this is not enough. We have to speak about how to make something proud, like handball. We are not less than federation.
This is what I
handball.
wanted to say, because you know, sir, President Sisi, when he sent his congratulations to our young pharaohs there in
Yes.
Macedonia, he said that this is an example which should be followed by all
Exactly.
by all the Egyptian youth in
Yes,
general,
why not?
and in all teams. For example, Kareem, when you were included into the national team squad and you were competing against African competitors, who were the heavyweight teams? Which teams you felt that they are that
Strong
tough
games.
and you are just exerting the utmost effort to beat them?
Guinea, it was very
Guinea.
tough. It was very strong team. I think if they
Nigeria
don't-
also.
Yes,
Nigeria. And what about the
And
North
Mali.
Africans?
No,
I mean, Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia,
no,
they're
no.
not
They
that
were
tough.
very easy.
This is
40 points difference. They played
Yes.
there against them. 40 point
We
difference.
played in Arab Championship.
Not in Arab,
We-
also in Africa.
In
I think you
Africa.
played
Yes.
in against
Algeria.
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 45
Yeah.
points or something.
Then
different.
Guinea, Nigeria, and Mali
Yes.
Yes.
are the most, let's say, important names right now in the African arena of basketball.
But this is for junior teams. But Tunisia in senior teams, they are the boss.
This is
Tunisia.
what I wanted
For
to say.
this you say
how,
that.
how I can speak about this gap
Yes.
in the standard or in the level between the seniors and the juniors in the very same country.
Yes.
What's
This is-
your
this-
justification?
This is actually
sir?
a good question because I believe that we have a big gap between that we reach the World Cup in junior teams under 17 and under 19 a lot of times. Even when we were Rami Gnidi was playing in World Cup in junior team, but we have to connect between the junior teams and the people who reach the World Cup, and to connect with something very important to reach the World Cup. We reached already the World Cup in 2014, but this is by coincidence, by
Yeah.
luck,
Yeah.
and we didn't
Achieve anything there.
we were even that we were disqualified this qualification for the World Cup this time, and even we didn't reach the Olympic Games from last time in Seoul, 88.
Yeah.
So this is actually, I mean, this is, we have to find the solution. I believe that the people in federation, they are a good people now, and the key now is under 16 for boys and girls, and they have to work with that. Forget the senior teams, forget the people who failed to reach the World Cup,
And
then
focus on this
from now
generation.
to not cry after 4 or 5 years
Yeah.
after that why we don't reach the World Cup. This is very important.
What's your dream, Karim? NBA?
Yes.
No, I'd like to listen. Let
Yes.
me know
He wrote it in his
more.
room.
What?
My dream, NBA, in his mirror in his room.
So your
I
favorite
want
is,
found it.
is Jordan,
Yes.
and your favorite is Johnson?
Magic Johnson, yes.
Okay.
Bravo. How do you
Then-
know that?
We are going to not together. Right after the short break, we're going to be back with more, so stay tuned.
Johnson seems to have eyes behind his head. Now here's Magic down the middle. Magic. Pass to Murphy. Maybe the Rams will score. What a pass. How Magic sees the floor. Lakers, the ball rolls through. Magic wants it. Magic's got it. Rams score. Beautiful play by Magic. Breaker Scott. Magic will go the distance. Put it behind the back. Score. The Magic. AC with 9 points. Magic down the middle.
Very enjoyable. And in a split of a second, the whole story can change. Just a third pointer, and it's going to end for the best interest of the one who has this talent. Karim, let me speak more about you as part of the national team under 16. Tomorrow is another day. What are you really dreaming of? What's the second step? Your coming competition. What are you doing in before any competition to condense or to focus more in training and in trying to fix your points of weakness and stuff like that?
It's only about workout out of the national team training or club training. It's workout and only. And
Workout alone?
yes,
But it's a team.
This is additional to the normal practice.
Okay.
He has to work out for himself.
to get upgraded to the next level, to play better.
So are you coaching him?
No.
No,
That
I mean,
only advisor.
I mean
I try to advise.
instructions.
Yes, only advice. Even that I'm a coach now. But
I know, but
it's difficult to be a coach for my son.
this is it. This is what I wanted to say. Being that stubborn, and you're not that stubborn.
No,
You're trying to absorb and to have the instructions and the
Yes.
directions from dad. Wow,
But
this is great.
when I come to practice him, he thinks that I'm his father. So it's okay, he's laughing and
Okay.
he's silly like that.
Yeah.
So it's not like
This is not the
he's
case.
my player.
It can
yes,
work.
Exactly.
I'd like why I'm asking this question about you in practicing and about your preparations ahead of any competition or any international competition or stuff like that. Because whenever you are part of a national team, the harmony among the players is very important.
Yes.
And maybe you're coming, everyone is coming from a different team, and you just meet each other just 14 days or 3 weeks, for example.
No.
Oh, it was more.
More?
This time was more.
Let me know.
3 months is.
All together.
Yes.
So you reach this point that you understand each other just with eye contact.
Yes.
Tell me, it's not me who's gonna say that. Tell me about your experience in the closed camping before the
camps.
competition.
We went to Bosnia in June. After that, we played the Arab Championship. We got it. After that, we go for the African Championship. So we played more games with
Together.
yes.
This is what I wanted to know from you as a player. Whenever there is a player who is missing, for example, do you feel that he is missing? I mean, you can fill the gap whenever a pivotal player is missing. How you manage? I mean, what are the instructions given to you to manage the absence of one of the players? For example, this is only an example.
We all 5 players. We are playing like one player. So whenever one miss, so we can defense on the
Covering for the
yes.
Cover him. This is what I wanted to hear. Covering each other. Now it's that easy, or at least you are now trained that much to do this?
It was easy by playing with each other. Just the games we played together.
And I think after 3 months you became like a family rather than anything else.
Yes.
I want to tell you a secret about this important, because after they finished the African Cup, they went 7 players or 8 players from national team together from Sporting Club Ahli and Tahad
Yeah.
together to Sahel, Smuha,
Yeah.
and together
Yeah.
in one villa to Sahel,
Yeah.
Shamali or North Coast.
The
you know
North
what I mean?
Coast, yeah.
So
To
they
spend-
went
to spend
together
an-
after the African Cup directly.
Yeah.
It was the first trip for them together. The players are friends, and they know in the practice
This is it.
how to learn how to play team defense. This is your question for him. So they know how to cover each other to play as a team defense, and they have a good spirit. They had a good spirit.
This is it, the spirit.
Yes.
I want to know more about the spirit which enabled you to qualify to the World Cup. Because I think that this is one of the key words or the main pillars of any success behind the national team, behind a team in general.
In the hotel, Mohamed Tariq Khairi, the captain of the team, he gathering us before the match and talk about the match to less stress about the match and to forget the match for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. After that, we got to get in
You
the
know,
mood
Karim,
of the game.
Yeah, the mood of the game, and you give instructions to each other. You
Yes.
know well what are the weak points of each other, so you cover this. I mean, for example, Karim is faster. Maybe Mu'min is a playmaker, so he is a little bit shorter, but he is, I mean, slower. But with you can, I mean, it's a kind of a combination.
Yes, we complete each other.
This is it.
Yes.
Tell me about that. After how many, I'm not going to say years, how many weeks, how many months you reached this point?
We reached these points at the Arab Championship, Arab tournament.
You felt it after the Arab Championship?
Yes.
Yeah.
We feel that that's good to went to the African Championship with the good chemistry. So it's
So
good.
congratulations, Karim.
Thank you.
Yeah, because in the
Yeah.
first camp in Bosnia, it was the first game for them at all against national teams,
Yeah.
against another countries, against another nationalities. For this, they did maybe in Bosnia, but in Arabian tournament when they played, after the harmony after became better after every time.
Yeah. Sir, of course, we do have a representative of the boys. Let's speak a little bit about the girls.
Yes, the girls, they did a good job actually
Yeah.
in this last African Cup. They reached the World Cup after absence for some years. I believe that the federation did a good job with these two both teams, that they went Bosnia in camps, so they prepared them well. So I believe that also they have a good plan for both of them to before the World Cup for preparation. I like that they have to make a lot of camps, even outside abroad, to make it stronger in the World Cup. Not only Tamthil al-Musharraf will be our goal.
Yeah, sure.
That we have
And
to,
sir, I was very proud when I was reading about Miral, for example, this wonderful player who came to join the national team even when she was injured and she had such a serious
It was a good
injury.
spirit from
it was
her.
such a good spirit.
Yes.
And also Thoraya Muhammad. Her name is Thoraya, but it was written on her jersey with the S. So it's not Soraya, by the way, FIBA. It's a Thoraya.
No, but not from the FIBA. The player can play, can write his name what he wants.
Okay.
So she wrote like that.
Maybe she wrote it like that. This is Soraya.
Yeah,
Maybe because she knew that this is easier to pronounce.
Yes, yes.
When I saw FIBA writing about her, that she is such a top scorer,
Yes,
I was very proud. And
Soraya is a good
she
player.
was sir, the facial expressions being that serious. This seriousness is really saying a lot about how much the player is really in love with what he or she is doing, and in the same time very serious about it.
Very serious.
Sir, you're such a coach,
Yes.
and you now have the eye of a scouter.
Okay.
So,
For which team?
no, I mean, there are many players,
Yeah, I know.
and you are there to choose. This one is an amateur. This one is great just to practice for fun, but no.
Or is a local player
This
or
one
national
is a
player?
local player. This one should be included into the national team. What's the criteria? How you can have this choice?
In my opinion,
Yeah.
because my opinion may be different than other opinions. So I mean, every coach has his opinion.
Sure.
For this, in my opinion, the player who played good defense, he's in the first priority for me to choose him. Because it's easy to anyone to get like a buzzer shot and he can score. It's no problem. But this is easy to anyone to score. Maybe they can go to fast break, so they easy to score. So maybe he's a good
With
shooter.
a fast break, it's his.
Yes, but maybe he's a good shooter. So he shoot one shot, so easy to score, but not easy to play defense. Not easy, as you said now, to play team defense. So the more stronger teams who can play defense. If you saw the African now, the semi-final was Nigeria. Nigeria won because they are playing a good defense, team defense. Pressure on the ball all the time, denying for all the players. Help side come from weak side, very easy. They are very, very perfect team. So if we gonna play like that, with this strong for 40 minutes, then we're gonna be a strong team. So we have to work for the fitness to play good defense. We have to learn how to play team defense with each other. We have all these skills for defense. After that, we can build the system of offense, the offensive system.
Talent or practice, sir?
Talent and practice.
No, I mean, which is which? I mean, do you
Talent
prefer?
is better.
Do you prefer a player who is very much hard worker, but he's not that talented, or a talented guy who is not that much hard worker?
A talented guy.
Are you a talented guy more than being a hard worker, Karim?
I don't know.
You don't know? No, you know. Okay, I am gonna know. How many times do you practice per week?
Every day.
You're such a hard worker.
It's okay.
What the hell you're saying?
No, but maybe
Every day.
but maybe he is lazy in the practice. So you mean the hard work? Maybe.
Okay.
He's not Karim.
What about you? Let me know about your schedule, because I want to know the steps and the tips you can give to a newcomer to the world of basketball. What to do to be a star.
Every day there is a training in the club. Only 1 day or 2 days on vacation.
Okay.
Per week.
Only 1 or 2 days off.
Yes.
Okay.
I got to work in those 2 days or 1 day, so I can get more better than I was.
Between you and me, we're not going to tell your dad nor the viewers. You know, some players like you, they are going to go to the training And when they do not do that well in the training, they return back that frustrated. They don't want to speak to anyone. They do not want to listen to any instructions or directions, and they are bad losers. And there are others. No, tomorrow I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to be a better basketballer, and I'm going even to amaze myself. Which kind of players you are?
Both. Yeah, I can do both, which I can get mad, but
Is Karim a bad loser?
No, he's a good player, but maybe he couldn't understand the question because she asked you about that, which kind of you for both.
Yeah.
But when he lose, he come back to practice the second day to win the next game. This is Karim.
Yeah.
Yani, so he's not, I mean, no, I'm a loser, I will be angry, then I will not practice, something like that. No, he's not like that. When he come back, it's okay, we lost, but he don't lose too much because he's playing in national team and he didn't lose. In Ahli also were 4 players.
But I wanna focus more on your matches against Guinea, for example, and against Nigeria,
yes.
Because those were tough matches.
Yes.
Yes.
Just after finishing and after defeating them, after winning, how was your feeling? How you imagined the whole story?
Nigeria was normal because it was tough, but we must be, the match is going to a normal because it was the first match of the championship, so we got to
win.
Yes.
They did a good job in Nigeria in the beginning.
Yes.
Guinea
was semi-final.
Yeah. Tell me.
So we were very happy.
So
we qualified to World Cup in this
So
game.
you went to the match in high spirit.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell you what, sir. I feel one of the main reasons behind describing a coach that he is such a distinguished coach, the timing of the timeouts, the technical timeouts, and the way he is dealing with his players inside the game. Because there are players who cannot absorb or cannot take instructions in such a mad way inside the game. But inside the game, dealing with the players is a kind of an art. Tell me about it.
You told me that you were playing basketball. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. For this, you do a good question. This is a psychic practice for the coach.
Yeah.
And the good coach who know when he can take the time out and how he can talk with the players during the timeout, how he can withdraw the anger from the players during the game, and how we support them, how to motivate them to the next time, because you have only five timeouts per game for every coach.
Yes.
So if you don't use the good skills to use the timeout.
And the timing of the timeout.
Sure,
Yeah.
Sure the timing. And maybe you can miss some timeout that you have from your rights.
Yes.
To not let all the other coaches get a benefit from that. So it's only for coaching and only for psychic practice. So how to give them trust with your eyes, how to give them confidence with, even that when you are losing. So if you are losing and even you are a coach, and
when you have this eye contact with your players, with the signs you are having, which you agreed with them on some signs in specific, even with numbers, with stuff like that, now you know how to deal with them, as they are not marionette, of course, but they do know how to understand you from just in a split of a second, or with an eye contact.
With eye
True?
Yes.
I mean, do you practice this with your coach, or have you practiced this with your coaches, whether in training or inside the big games, the big matches?
Yes, and also small matches, we can train about this to give us just to play everyone in
any game and in any
Yes.
competition. Well, let me have your priorities. Okay, World Cup, Olympic Games, NBA.
NBA. World Cup, Olympic Games.
Okay, yours?
I quit.
No, I mean your dreams for your team in the next period, or for
my
Karim.
team. For Karim, yeah, sure. I like him to play the Olympic Games first.
Okay.
And then
See, the
World-
priorities are different here.
And the World Cup first.
Yeah.
This is because Egypt.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
then NBA for himself.
Well, tomorrow is another day, and I hope that the next time I'm going to have you with medals, with many victories in hand, because I hope that this is going to continue the same way with the modern techniques, with the coping with what's going on worldwide, and I know that inshallah this is going to happen.
Inshallah.
Captain Walid Abu Sriya, Captain Karim Abu Sriya, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I was honored to have you both, and it's a good omen to have you. It was a day of celebration,
Thank you.
so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, by this we come to the end of this episode of Score Sheet. Till we meet again same time on Nile TV International, on behalf of Dr. Muhammad Rabia, Amr Fathallah, the staff of our studio, Studio 35, and myself, Nermina Abdurrahman, always and forever, with my love.